Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally building a new mechanical keyboard, and today it's sent over by Keebs Project. This is their new keyboard called the Infinity 67 right here, and together we are partnering up to do a giveaway. So if you're interested in this keyboard kit and other stuff, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll be doing a giveaway on my Instagram. Without further ado, let's get this video started. So this is the box right here, the Infinity 67 by Keebs Project, and this is the outline of the keyboard in front. So we have compatibility for Windows and Mac, has RGB, and of course it's hot swappable. And it also has 3 modes of connection. You have Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz, and wired mode. Again, we can see the Keebs Project logo in front, and on the back of the box, again, we have the outline of the keyboard, and we have more about this Infinity 67. We can see right here, it has a 65% layout, so 67 keys with a knob. Hot swappable right here, has 3 modes of connection, full backlight keys, and a polling rate of 1000 Hz for the 2.4 GHz mode. And of course, it has NKRO, anti-ghosting, and it's again compatible with Mac and Microsoft. And if you're interested, you can check out their Shopee, Facebook, and Instagram for more about this keyboard. Now let's unbox it and see what's inside. First thing you get is the Keebs Project card right here, so you can get 5 ringgit off your next order, and of course you can contact them if you are interested in anything they offer. Besides that, in this little bag you also get a few accessories, a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, which is really nice, a pretty cool and small but functional flat head brush, and of course a USB charging cable to charge it up or just to use it in wired mode. And of course you also get your quick start guide for this keyboard, but it's mainly in Chinese, so you can pause if you want to read it. And with everything in the box now covered, let's check out the keyboard. So the first thing you can actually see after taking out the keyboard is this acrylic cover. So this is a really nice feature this Infinity 67 have. If you don't like the keys on the right side right here, you can actually use this cover and just put it in. It's like a blocker of sorts. And this is it. This is the keyboard right here, the Infinity 67 by Keebs Project. On the front side, you can see again the 65% layout with the knob right here, and again the feature with this cover if you don't want to use the keys right here. This is what the PCB looks like. So it is a hot swap PCB, 5-pin hot swap, but it has north facing RGB LEDs. And as you guys can see right here, it has pretty standard stock stabilizers. This is the side profile of the keyboard, and you can see the knob right here, and it is mostly this matte plastic. And this is the other side, so you can see a slight incline in the case. And if you don't like this height, you actually can increase it by the feet right here. So this feet, I believe, has 2 heights. So this is the taller one, and you can use the smaller one like this if you want to change the height of the keyboard. This is the top side of the keyboard. We can see the Type-C connection port in the middle of the keyboard. And this is the front side, again no branding whatsoever, it's just this matte black plastic. This is the back of the keyboard, so we can see the 4 non-slip feet, again the adjustable feet for the height, and of course you have the 2.4 GHz dongle in the middle. Really nice that you have a spot to actually keep it, and of course you have your on and off toggle right here. Let me just turn it on to show you guys the RGB. So I just turned on the RGB and it looks really bright and nice, especially with this white plate, it will enhance it much more. Let me put in the blocker and show you guys how it looks like. This is how the keyboard looks like with the blocker in place. I think it looks really cool, and the feature is pretty neat if you don't like the side keys. So with everything covered, now let's disassemble it and finally start to mod it. And of course you have to unscrew off the screws holding the keyboard in place before you start prying it open. So this keyboard uses clips to actually hold in the top frame and the bottom part, so it's actually quite hard to open up. I had to slowly pry up each side until I had a little gap where I inserted my ruler because I don't have an opening pry tool. And after that you can just pry up the whole top frame, and of course you need to take out the knob in the process. After that I recommend you to unclip the battery first so it won't cause any problems, and you have 2 screws left holding in the plate and the PCB. And between the plate and the PCB you can actually see this silicone dampener. This is really nice and it will help with sound dampening, and it's actually custom to this keyboard. This is what the plate looks like. Again, it is 5-pin hot swap with north facing RGB LEDs, and it looks really nice. And of course here is the knob itself. This is the back side of the PCB. We can see all of the hot swap sockets, and they're using Gateron hot swap sockets, and that's really good. And this is what the plate looks like. So it's just a really standard white steel plate. And of course on the plate are these stock stabilizers which appear to be looped out of the box, but you can see that they are actually unclipped, and I think that they are pretty bad. So I'll be swapping them out for some genuine cherry plate mounted steps which I've already wholly modded. And this is how the bottom housing looks like. It is pretty hollow and there's quite a lot of space, so I think I'll be adding some foam in it to actually help it with sound dampening. So I'll be using some of my previous Poron foam, and of course remember to cut out everything for all the cutouts and switches. This is what the PCB looks like after 3 to 4 layers of tape. Again, I cut out all of the holes for the standoffs and screws, and of course remember to leave some space for your battery connector and your on and off switch right here. And as for the stabilizers, it's really easy. All you have to do is remove the old ones and put in the new ones, and it should look fine and fit properly. Now with all of the mods done, we can reassemble the keyboard. So I assembled everything and it appears to be working just fine. Now we can move on to the switches. For the switches of this build, I will be using some Leobog Greywood V2 switches, which are also sent over by Keebs Project. It has an actuation force of 40 grams and it bottoms out at 53 grams. These switches are a linear switch and it's a pretty interesting design. They have some dust proof stems on the top, and of course we have a really transparent material for the top housing, so RGB will shine through really nicely. It comes from the factory dry factory loop, so a little bit loop, but these versions right here are the hand loop versions I got from Keebs Project. This is a closer look at the switch, so we can see the dust proof housing at the stem, and we can see the top housing is actually transparent. And on the back right here, we can see the cutout for the LED RGB, and it is 3 pin. And with the switches all installed, this is how the keyboard looks like, and of course the RGB shines through really nicely. And for the keycaps of this build, which are pretty weird keycaps, these are also sent over by Keebs Project. These are the CyberPunk Keycaps Set. These keycaps are die sub OEM profile, and I think they are PBT keycaps. They do have the CyberPunk design on them. I'm not really a fan of it, but if you like it, stay tuned to the end again. I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram. Overall, the color looks really saturated, and the print on them are also pretty clear and nice, and this colorway does look good with black. Now let's put them onto the keyboard. And with everything now done and installed, this is how it looks like. And of course that coil cable you see right there will be also included in the giveaway. Now let's move on to the typing sound test to see how this keyboard sounds like after all of the mods. So what do I think about this Infinity 67 by Keebs Project? First of all, I want to say a huge props to them for actually manufacturing and selling their own keyboard, and I think that this keyboard has a lot of potential. From the typing sound test, you can hear that this keyboard sounds really nice with all of the mods I've done to it, and I think that it does sound pretty good for a pretty cheap, I would say 200 to 300 ringgit keyboard. Design wise, it's of course the really nice 65% with a knob, but I think that this little feature with this acrylic cover right here really does bring some flavor to this keyboard. The only downside I would say is the north facing RGB and the hardness to open up the case to mod it. Other than that, this keyboard is a pretty solid keyboard for the price. So yeah, again I want to say a huge thank you to Keebs Project for sending over this keyboard kit. I had a great time building this keyboard and everything turned out really nice. And if you're interested in this keyboard kit and everything else, links will of course be down in the description below. But if you want to win this keyboard kit for free, stay tuned because now I'm going to explain how to enter and win the giveaway. First off, we are giving away the Infinity 67 keyboard kit that I have have already modded in this video, along with the CyberPunk keycaps and of course the Coiled cable that I shown in the video. And to enter this giveaway, it's actually really easy. All you have to do is head down to the descriptions below or the pinned comment and follow all of the steps listed there. This giveaway will last for 2 weeks long, and of course the winners will be picked from the Instagram comments at random. So yeah, that has been it for this video guys. Leave a like on this video if you liked it, dislike this video if you didn't like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I have even more content like this coming very soon, and as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye guys.